Hello everyone, welcome to Leoguidance time if this is your first time, and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. It's so good to have you here. Before I dive into today's pick a card reading, I would like to make an announcement that I'm running a contest and I will be give away a free reading whenever I hit 200 subscribers. And if you like to participate in that, all you need to do is leave a comment down below. If you don't want to write anything, you can simply leave an emoji as well, and you will be automatically entering a contest. And thank you so much. So today's big card reading is all going to be about what are people's first impressions of you. I'm quite excited about this reading, and we are going to have three groups as usual. The Monology Oracle card is going to be representing group number one. This should be the Light or Love and Light Oracle deck. I don't remember its name exactly. Representing group number two. And the archetype oracle card is going to be representing group number three. So you can pause the video, do your selection, and which way is more comfortable for you. You are going to find the timestamps below, and I'm going to be using all these three oracle cards for all the groups, and I'll be seeing you at your pile. Hello, group number one. Welcome to your reading. Okay, if you have chosen the Moonal Oracle cards, then this is going to be your reading. I'll be just put the Moonology cards aside, and I'll be starting with the Archetype Oracle cards. But group number one, I'd like to share with you before I start with your reading what I felt through the meditation. I was hearing the words like chic and smart, also like gets what they want. So people might be thinking that you have quite high standards. You know how to get what you want, and you always make a way to get what you want. It's not like luck, but you really know how to get there. And you might give off this like very classy and chic vibe to people as well. But let's see, like, what are people's first impressions of group number one, Spirit? What are people's first impressions of collective consciousness group number one? What are people's first impressions? Okay, we have one card. It says Advocate. So the light attribute says that inspires you to put compassion into action. And shadow attribute says that embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Let's get one more card for people's first impressions about you, group number one. I feel like people at first might think you are quite a bit cold and detached, but this in a sense that you don't just smile to random strangers. Like there had to be a reason for people to approach to you, is what I'm getting. And scribe. So the light attribute says that preserving knowledge and information, and the shadow says that altering facts and plagiarizing others' work. Very interesting energies, group number one. Let me get into them. There are green color presence in here. So, like, the two cards are not facing to each other, the two people. So, very interesting. So, people feel a little bit like shy away to approach to you at first, like especially people that don't know you. So you just give off that vibe of like curiosity, and it's not in like a bad sense at all. It's not like come to me if you only have the agenda, or come to me if you only have a purpose to come to me. No, but like you just intimidate people is the energy I'm getting. Like you have a big heart, you have a big heart chakra. You're very open. However, you're a very logical person. Like your aura, your energy that emanates from you is like your time is very precious. You know that basically money is an energy, and the time is a medium that you choose where to divert your energy into, And your energy is very precious because you would like to give your energy into the things that is going to return it back to you. So some people might be basically perceiving you as, let's say, the ones that does not want to spend so much time upon understanding you, or not so receiving intuitively, might be like go to the shortcut and think that you're quite cold and they don't want to basically approach to you. If they really need to talk to you, and they might choose to basically talk to someone else that you know at first to get some information about you, or make the way a little bit easier to approach to you. But for the others who are more aware of themselves, you still like give off this kind of like quite confident and intimidating energy to others, and you don't need to be doing anything specifically to do so. But they can be able to approach you, and the ones that you're connecting with, I feel like they feel you have quite a strong sense of justice and fairness, but it's not in a sense that how the world perceives in a traditional sense. So you might be able to find very, very different out of the blue solutions to very stuck situations, is what I'm getting. Uh, so-called and so perceived negative situations, or a situation that feels so stuck, you might just approach with a completely different perspective towards it, and you might be actually breaking norms while doing that. So some people might be even using you as an scapegoat. I feel like you could care less about that. You can't care less about that, but I feel like you are here to leave your mark, and whoever you entered into their life, you're leaving your mark into their life. Like your energy speaks for you louder than your words. Your action speaks for you louder than your words. You might not be the loudest one in the room, but you always get the attention to you. Like your calmness is very enticing to the people that they want to get to know you. People think that you are very wise, and you only do share your information with the ones that you think that they could understand you. You don't waste your time trying to explain your point or yourself to the people you think that is going to be a waste of time. If you're not in the same kind of like a frequency, you're not going to try to basically tire yourself of trying to explain your point. Some people might be taking that as a win if they do not have that much of like let's say open point of view and a bigger picture thinking. But for the others, they feel like in your presence like the defeated energy, naturally, especially if they're not so much sure of themselves. But I hope it's not too confusing. Let's see. Let's move on to the Moonology Oracle. So, what are people's first impressions of group number one, spirits? People's first impressions of group number one. Once people get to know you, they can see that like a beautiful, like a warm side of you. But then people feel like it's a privilege to be in your circle. And people also like get a vibe from you that you're very well established. What are people's first impressions of group number one, spirit? First impressions of group number one. It's time to release negativity. Okay, people might be thinking that, like, first of all, once you come across with people, I'm hearing you're shaking their world. You're shaking their world beliefs, especially with the people that you had a first conversations with. They can see that how outside of the box thinking you have, and it actually very much challenges them. It challenges their norms. It challenges their limiting beliefs. It challenges their world views. It might be causing up some tension even. And again, I'm hearing like a scapegoat. Some people might be trying to put the blame on you rather than to look at themselves when they get triggered. And people might also think that they don't want to be in your bad side. They want to quite like keep you happy because they're not sure if they can handle what's gonna come up from you if they piss you off. You're very close to achieving your goal. I was just mentioning that energy that people think you're very well established. And like, even if you don't have what you want, like, it's just a step away for you nearly. Like, you might be making it look so easy to basically achieve and get what you want from the world, is the energy I'm picking up. It's just like wishing upon a star. And people might be thinking that also you inspire them to also like get what they want off from life. It's an energy of like, if they can do it, let me also try. You know, what is there that I'm going to lose? Because you don't awaken that ego driven competitive energy within others, but you give them inspiration. Ooh, emotions are running high and nothing will come out of this situation. Void curse moon and supermoon come together. This feels like a very, very unique energy to come together, group number one. Like you shake up their whole world. Like literally, I feel like you put into people's lives, especially those strangers' lives, especially those people that you had very short connections with, to shake their world up. You come across with people who are stuck in their life. They have nowhere to go, and the universe is just like taking you from here and putting you in people's lives until you serve your purpose, and then take you back and put in other people's lives. And maybe in between, universe is like, okay, let me just care for you, let me just like let you rest, and I feel like you're ready now, so let's just go back to work. Is kind of like the energy I'm getting up. And you might have gone through a lot in this lifetime, is what I feel. You learn a lot, and you might have gone through a lot of upheaval. And it's nearly an energy of like a mastery of your emotions, so that you don't give in to your emotions. Like you don't let your emotions to take best out of you. And this is like what people also feel. Like they feel like you're quite calm, and um you're quite contented, and you don't react, you keep your calm. I'm hearing you have quite a good posture, and people admire you, especially about your incredible communication skills is there. Like you can mediate through any kind of circumstances, is what I hear. And when people first meet up with you, I feel like they feel from your energy that there's too much under the surface. It's such a big mystery that he or she does not reveal. I just want to know. Like, it's like a siren energy that people feel so enticed by you. They feel so charmed by you. You might have very watery presence around you with the supermoon and Scorpio. Like Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces might be very dominant in your energy field. You might have such a soft voice as well. Spiritual connection is 27. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Oh my God, you were in people's lifetimes that when people meet upon you, group number one, they feel like they know you from somewhere. Like this is not like a random connection that they're going to forget upon meeting. You leave a mark in people's lives. Like your souls are connected. There is always a reason why you just put into people's lives, and especially the ones that you actually connected to. You gave advice to, you share like deeper things, deeper communications, deeper connections. Like you leave your mark into those people's lives, whether they admit it to you or not. And about like a first impressions of the people when it comes to you. I feel like they feel sense of familiarity, and they feel sense of safety, like as if they can open up to you immediately, as if they already knew you from somewhere, like as if your paths are just crossed for a reason. Like, I'm so much drawn into her face. Can you see like how basically contented and calm and grounded she is? This is like the vibe that you're giving off. Can we get last couple of tarot cards, Spirit, about what are people's first impressions of group number one? Okay. We have justice in reverse. Interesting, and that might be also going hand in hand with the advocate. What are people's first impressions of group number one, Spirit? Oops. People's first impressions of group number one. This is way too many. You make people question their norms is again what's coming. So you shed skin and people feel like they cannot quite put their finger up on you to put you in a box. You know, when you met with someone, you might be thinking that for most people, like, oh, like you're this or you're that. Like they might be like thinking, or they might be putting anyone on a box just based on your religious belief, based on your political view, based on what you study, based on what you work, what you do as a work, like based on your family status, based on what kind of car you drive, based on what kind of clothes you have. But when it comes to you, it's like a mystery. Like even if you fit into one of the boxes, when it comes to the second box, it does not align with the first box. So what are people's first impressions of group number one, Spirit? Let's get two more cards, please. People's impressions of group number one, first impressions. It's so hard to get cards. I guess like I will be repeating the messages after this point. Knight of Material. I always want to say most of the time, like slow and steady wins the race with you. People think that you're very beautiful outside. You might be wearing like hair accessories or like a quite big like necklaces, earrings, and accessories. So whatever you just basically make yourself wear, any kind of color combinations, there is quite attention taking. Even like your makeup, if you do so, is very alluring. It's just like, so it looks so effortless, but it looks so clean and neat, and people just admire by just looking at you, and they don't just mind the time that they are spending upon it. Seven of Emotions, like, okay, you confuse people, like Ace of Materials on the bottom of the deck. You confuse people like, it's with the Knight of Materials and the Seven of Emotions is giving me a siren energy again. And I'm having a hard time to basically like put my words together. They're just mixing up the order of the letters or the words for me. It doesn't happen so often. The people just think that you're quite a unique beauty, quite a unique soul. They haven't met something or someone like you, and they just feel so quite curious about getting to know you more and more. And they think that you take your time, you don't rush, you're quite calm. However, like you kind of like you give a vibe of like you basically understood that how does it call, like a shortcut of the life. It's not like a shortcut, but basically you don't have to work hard to gain heart. Is the energy you are putting it off. Like you don't rush towards things, they come to you, you attract things, is basically what I'm getting off. You might be also quite talented when it comes to music or singing too as an additional message. But these are all the messages I got for you, group number one. I hope you find them helpful and resonating with you. And if you would like to just enter the contest that I'm just running, when I hit 200 subscribers, I will be giving away a free reading. All you need to do, if you would like to attend to that one, is leave a comment down below. You can just put a simple emoji or you can just share your experiences with this reading. I would love to hear from you. If you like this reading, please give the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address and the details in the description box below. But I'm sending you a lot of love and please take care of yourself and hope to see you next time. Until then, bye bye. Hello, group number two. Welcome to a reading. If you have chosen the oracle cards, then this is going to be a reading. And before I start with your reading, let me share with you what I heard and felt. When it comes to end, this is general messages, so you can take it or leave it. Leave it if it doesn't resonate. Group number two, I felt like a water flowing energy. So it feels like you give people this wow effect when they first show you. So you are so like beautiful. Your hair is what I'm just hearing and what I'm just seeing on my mind's eye. Your skin is like so pure and clear. It's just like you just like flow like a water in life. Like you go somewhere so effortlessly, even if it's for grocery shopping, and when like you catch people's eyes, they're like, wow, what was that? Oh, kind of like energy that I'm getting, but I hope it makes some sense. But I'll be putting these cards aside and like start with the archetype cards for you. So, Spirit, can you please tell us what are people's first impressions of group number two? What are people's first impressions about group number two? Okay. We have Child Divine. The light attribute says that innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. This is that wow effect that I feel. And actually, you might have been in less than perfect circumstances while you have been growing up. Like you might have been the victim in the situations, but you never saw yourself as a victim. Like you always just like kept this like a very optimistic attitude, even like some people describe as like a pink tilted glasses. You always knew that things are going to work out for you. I feel like you never just hold a grudge towards anyone who even like made wrong towards you. There's just like a pure innocence like radiating from you. Like Virgo is like very heavily coming. Also sun energy, Leo energy is like very heavily coming. People feel your special connection to the divine. People see you as divine. Like when you enter any environment, you are naturally sparkling and it's impossible to not to recognize you. We have damsel, and that came in reverse. Light attribute says that understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. The shadow attribute says that waiting for a night to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. I feel like I was mentioning the siren energy in group number one, but it's like a lot different. The energy that I'm basically picking up for you. It's because when people first saw you, their first impression is that like they're enticed by you and they feel a little bit also like scared of like how can they be this drawn to something or someone that feels a little bit unfamiliar for people and they do not know where to put to you. that might have caused a lot of people to reflect upon you their own wounds and project upon you, especially like that could be one of your patterns all throughout your lifetime. I see a very, very enticing beauty, natural beauty is in you that people realize in you. That might have caused a lot of jealousy, is what I'm hearing as well, and what is coming for. Some people try to put the blame upon you about their unhappiness. They might have been making you the scapegoat in the situations. And I'm picking up an energy that you were not blaming them back in return. You were silent. You were just taking your things and like leaving yourself out from the situation. Like, there are reasons why you are this divine, why your divinity is basically um, unhidden, why your divinity is sparkling through you, because you can carry that. Like, your soul is wise and old enough to do that. So this is not, I'm hearing this is not a burden that everyone could carry through their lifetimes, but you might have seen this one as a burden or change your perspectives throughout your lifetimes here and there as well. I am picking up an energy that throughout your romantic connections, especially, you might have been the one to put the blame upon itself. People might have been also like, um, telling you things like, gosh, what did you do to me? You put a spell on me. I would never ever did that. I would never ever do that if it wasn't for you. What did you do to me? It's kind of like energy that I'm getting. It's nearly like someone meets with you, they don't tell you that they have a partner or they're in a relationship or they're seeing someone, and they basically get closer to you, they want to be with you, and you have no idea. And then afterwards they just like fulfilled with this regret that they cannot get out of their skin, and they start just projecting upon you, but you were never to want to know to begin with, like that was a situation. But this doesn't have to be the situation, but it's just like a one specific example. So people first realize your divinity, your beauty, your natural beauty, and very like a flow with life kind of like attitude, and then it gets deeper from there once they actually really catches once you actually catches their attention. Let's see, what are people's first impressions of group number 2 spirit? What are people's first impressions of group number 2 spirit? People's first impressions of group number 2. Okay, a time to give rather than take. New moon and Virgo. I was mentioning Virgo energy, and the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So you are ever changing. Like, people feel again like your hair is a lot of attention, and here with the new moon and Virgo card too. You might be just wearing some hair accessories, or like your hair might be, and your eyes and your eyelashes, eyeshadows might be like quite basically attention taking. People think that you're very generous as first impressions. Like, you're very pure and true to you. However, you're not bounded by any structures. Like, no one can contain you. Like, they don't know how to handle you. How can I be with a person like this? Like, they're like, oh my God, like, I want to know more about their life, but I'm at a sense that nearly a little bit like scared to get to know too much, is the energy I'm picking up. People think that you don't get stuck with the details in life, even if like you might be giving up on it at times. You can always have a bigger perspective. People think that you rise above the challenges. Like whenever any kind of adjustments are required, you always just like rise above the challenges. Like this energy is gaining momentum tells me that you don't you don't keep yourself stuck in relationships or situations. People see you as a very free spirit and a free soul. And you make the impossible possible is the energy that people gets from you. Let's see, what are people's first impressions about group number 2, Spirit? You want to come? Okay. Get to know each other. Learn to meet another's need for love. Oh my god, this is 44. This is amazingly happy card. Can you see that? You make people feel like so loved, especially when you give them your attention, but more than that, so that people think that you have a very happy life, like you have a happy partner, you have a very healthy relationship with your partner, or you have a very happy family, you are very well established, you have a great foundation, and you're also quite well off in terms of your finances and any kind of like a physical foundations you have in this world. And people think that you're very free and there's nothing bounding you with any kind of financial restrictions, limitations, or any kind of mindset. So you've done it all, you get it all in this lifetime. It is the energy people are getting when they first know you. And learn to meet another's need for love. They want to be in your presence when people first meet you, and then they feel like if you give them a bit attention, it's going to make them happy. Like the people feel like if you talk with them, you are going to actually listen, because actual listening, active listening is not that common, unfortunately, in this lifetime. Like people are not trying to understand what you're saying. They might have already biases towards what they think that you are going to be saying, what they think that you're going to be concluding, and they might be actually shaping whatever you're saying or what's coming out from your mouth, and putting them in a box that they created on their mind. And this might be actually like distorting the actuality of what someone else was trying to convey. But when it comes to you, people feel safe to open up to you, that you can be able to listen to them actually. Like you can make them feel heard and seen. Let's get a couple more cards, and Spirit wants me to tell you that you might find some messages for you also in group number 1. So, what are people's first impressions for group number 2, Spirit? Any additional messages with tarot? People's first impressions for group number 2. People's first impressions for group number 2. Oh my god, the Lovers. Oof. I got more cards. People feel like you're divinely protected and guided. People think you smell amazing. Page of Materials in reverse. Okay, people think that you might not like to take the front stage or the center stage or the attention that much. You might like to play on the sidelines a little bit instead, and you might not want to show off. And the Tower. Oh my god, we have 2 major arcana here. You shake up people's worlds, and then you might be actually like connecting with their guides as well. Like you might be, I'm seeing that you're a very open source and channel to spirit, that they would like to work through you, and you might be put on to people's lives when they need to make a decision the most, and you are creating that tower effect in them. You might be even communicating with them through your spirit. They might be seeing you in their dreams, getting messages from your guides as well. Like you're very, very connected. People think that you're very independent and enough of yourself, and you do not necessarily need any external validation to make you feel validated or happy. People see you as a very rare gem. Like your soul is so unique, your appearance is so unique, yet you're not bounded by any structures, and you're free of your ego, is what I'm getting. And again, with the Lover's card, people pick up an energy that you have very well established partner and foundation in your life, that you do not necessarily actually need anyone else in your life. Like you're good on your own, and then you have, in addition to that, something. People pick up that like a very well established and worked hard, kind of like not worked hard, but very well established sense of self and confidence radiating from you, is what I'm picking up. Yes, group number two. I believe these are all the messages I got for you in regards to people's first impressions of you. I hope you find the reading helpful and resonating with you. If you did so, please just give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And do not forget that I'm running a contest that when I hit 200 subscribers, I'll be giving away a free reading. And if you want to participate into that, all you need to do is leave a comment down below. You can simply leave down an emoji or share your experiences about this reading, that I would love to hear from you. But also, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address and all the details in the description box below. But I'm wishing you an amazing rest of your week and hope to see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves and bye bye. Group number three. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this archetype oracle cards, then this is going to be your reading. And before I start with your reading, I would like to share with you what I felt during your meditation. And these are general messages, so take the ones only that you resonate with. Group number three, I see an image on my mind's eye, like a businessman or a businesswoman, regardless of the gender, sitting on a chair like with such confidence. People think that you are such a confident person upon first meeting with you. They feel like you are at a quite managerial position, like you might be wearing suits, or you might be dressing up so neatly, like old-fashioned way as well. Um, you have this like such confident aura coming from you, and people are assuming that you might be working at let's say quite powerful positions, or you might have studied law or economics, business, like anywhere along those lines, that you might be sitting at a quite nice office, you have a quite nice paycheck, and you have this attitude of like, okay, let's get to the business, and let's just solve whatever the problem is. Like, tell me the problem and let's solve whatever the problem is. People think that you know your boundaries, and you know your worth, and you don't shy away from expressing it at all costs. But let's get into reading group number three. Okay, we already have two cards. That was easy, thank you. We have Monk, Nun. It says that selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. And we have Priest, and that came with the reverse position. So interesting. We have Monk and the Priest. Okay. The light attribute says that facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Shadow attribute says that violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Okay, group number three, I'm picking up an energy that the people's first impression is that they think that you're quite an ambitious person. They think that you're very well established, and you're very dedicated to the path that you choose to move on towards. Let me me see. We have also rebel at the end of the deck. It said challenges authority to effect a social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. They feel like upon getting to knowing you a little bit better, people understand that you do not blindly follow the crowds. You question things like, let's say that we are talking about spirituality in here. In the spiritual community, people might be like, without asking like too deeply into the, oh, like you're into the spirituality, and oh, like me too, like let's connect. But you're a little bit more deeper than that. Like, you know that in everything there are parts that are a little bit like boxed, like created to fit into some kind of like a group or category or a box. And this might not be serving for all. So you are more in favor of questioning the norms. You are more in favor of basically seeing the shadow and the light aspects of everything. So you're not going to just blindly go into something just because the name of it is also matching with what you might have defining yourself to. So I feel like everywhere, like people might be trying to, let's say, follow you, be friends with you, get an idea off of you, but you might not be matching with everyone's energy, which is so normal. But like some people might be taking it as some kind of like a failure. They might be taking it deeper into their hearts that, oh, why they do not like me. But without just getting a little bit like diverted away from the topic of this reading, which is people's first impressions of you, I feel like people see the both sides of you. Like there is something mystic about you, and that something mystic about you is not because you're trying to make something unknown and like seductive to others to want to get to know you, but it is just like coming out from the fact that you have firm boundaries and firm beliefs, and you basically follow that. I'm seeing you as a spiritual person, but you're not a kind of like a spiritual person is all love and light and unicorns. Like you do know the shadow work, and you might be a shadow worker. Like basically you do not shy away from going deep within your wounds to bring them up to the surface. You might be a healer as well, and you do not afraid to challenge any kind of authorities in here, as it was just mentioned. And people think that you also do not care much how other people are perceiving you. It might be just good to hear that this reading. I mean, I love these kind of readings as well. But they just like pick up this kind of like a rebel energy from you. But it's not for the sake of just being a rebel so you can just like get attention from others. No, it's naturally you. I'm also like hearing inner teenager as well. I do not know if you were just drawn into any inner teenager work or inner teenager readings. That was actually something that was on my mind. If you're interested in that, so you can also let me know down in the comments that I might be also like doing a reading about that. Okay, let's see. Your commitment is being tested. You might have been testing people as well. Like your words might be testing people. Your perception might be testing people. You might have been tested quite a lot. People know that whatever you have is not just fall into your lap from the sky. You worked for it. What are people's first impressions of you? Conclusions are within reach. People see that you're never stuck and you're quite conserved and bring love into the situation. People think that you are quite a unique and outside of the box thinker. You always follow your heart. People think that your mind is very active, and it's actually very very enhanced and enchanting is one word that I'm hearing it. People might be associating you with the fairies as well. People think that you have all the answers. Like you might have all the problems, but you do have all the answers as well. People think that you are a very trusted person to go to whenever they have their problems, so that you can listen. I was also picking up this message in group number 2 about listening. You give a vibe to people that if they have a problem, they can basically come to you're going to listen. It doesn't matter if this is your first time speaking to that person. You just give off that vibe of caring and nurturing. Basically, there's like this two sides of you: caring, nurturing, a spiritual person, a spiritual being, but at the same time you're so much aware of the immense amount of work that being spiritual and being a healer, being a shadow worker, that is taking it. You don't just like advertise yourself as, oh, this is what I do. Like, you know the sweat and the pain that just goes into it. And I feel like you are not type of like a person that likes much of like brands or showing off as well. People think that's so. Oof, okay. There was that card under the bottom of the deck that fall very loudly to the table. That was in group number 2. So there might be a message in group number 2 for you. So what are people's first impressions for group number 3, spirits? What are people's first impressions of group number 3? Ooh, I guess we have 2 cards. Yes. They're attached to each other. Love is all around you. This girl looks like a fairy. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Oh my god, there's a unicorn. It says embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. And it's like there's a child in here. It's like an inner child. People think that this is the energy of like embracing the emotions. You cannot go through the shadow work or be a healer without knowing how to embrace all parts of your emotions, all scale of your emotions, with all the highs and the lows. People can see that you walk through the darkness with such unique light that you have. You never lose your hope. It's just like this unicorn. I feel like this unicorn is taking that beautiful girl out from the darkness with such a light around him. I feel like this is you. People see you as a healer. People pick up an energy that you can help them. You can help them with their problems. But if you have been exposed to that energy a lot, that might have been one of the reasons why you learned to set such strong boundaries. And also, when it comes to love is all around you, there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. People see that there's this also like such gentle part of you, but you don't show it off to anyone like that. People has to earn it. You learn that people has to earn it. People can feel that there is this such flow with the life kind of like an energy in you, but they see that part of you when they have a chance to get to know you a little bit more. I'm going to put it back, but there is the Empress energy. I came in reverse. It's just like giving me a vibe that you don't show everything you have to the world. You are keeping some things close to your heart, and there are specific people who are deserving of it to be able to like get an access to it. These are the energies going a little bit deeper than the people's first impressions of you. Group number 3, Spirit. What are people's first impressions of group number 3, please? What are people's first impressions of group number 3, please? We have 2 of emotions in reverse. Let's get a little bit more cards. Let's get 2 more cards, Spirit. People's first impressions of group number 3. people feel like you're going to understand deeper them into their soul, into their experiences. It's this empathy energy, it's not sympathy. People know that you're going to understand them. Whatever they're feeling, people feel like you're going to feel it. But you do set boundaries when it comes to you understanding when it's going to start actually affecting you and it's not yours to take. So you set boundaries there. What is this Two of Emotions in reverse, Spirit? This Two of Cups. Why that's in reverse position for group number 3, please? I'm not getting cards from this deck. It was hard throughout this reading for this tarot deck. I'm sorry. We have Eight of Voices, this Eight of Swords. With the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Materials under the bottom of the deck. People feel like you're a hard worker, but then you have a tendency to go into your own mind and dwell into your own darkness at times, and love might not be enough to get you out of there. People feel like they might need to give you some time to get out of your mind. So when it comes upon first meeting with you, like, can you see the like a color opposition within these two cards, and they're clarifying each other? It's the Eight of Swords and Two of Cups. They can feel like there's this duality within you. Like, they cannot just like quite tell that, oh, this is that type of like a person. They can just pick up an energy that you really gone through the darkest night of the soul. They don't have to know what darkest night of the soul is, but they pick up an energy that you really gone through hard times, and they feel like you have such a strong presence, and if they would have been your friends, they wouldn't know how to help you around those strong times. It's a very weird message to get, but... And we have Eight of Inspiration, Eight of Wands in reverse. One more card, please. Like, okay, the energy in here that is coming is self-sufficiency. People feel that you're a very self-sufficient person. It's that type of an energy that, you know, what do you get as a present for a person that has everything? One last card, please, Spirit, for group number 3. This Eight of Wands in the reverse energy is also giving me two messages. Like, first, you know your boundaries and you do not extend yourself for others in vain. You learn to do that. So, and people also feel like you know when to stop and when to start taking an action. You don't see the delays as a punishment from the universe, but you do see delays and obstacles on your way as a redirection for you. And people feel that at the first meeting, you're quite a calculated person. You know what you want and you basically go for it. It's just like complementing that energy in here. They can start understanding you more in depth, but once they start getting to know you. But in terms of first impressions, they think that you're a type of a person who knows what they're doing. You're not clueless at all. Last card here is Devil in reverse. Like, I mean, you really conquered the depths of your fears, worries, negativities, the wounds, and you might still be going deeper into that, but you do not have any fear. People fear that you're fearless, and people feel that you are a fearless person. Like, nothing can stop you is the energy that I feel. Even if you just like go down, you know that life is all about the cycles with all its ups and downs, so nothing can hold you back. It's kind of like an energy, so it's just giving an invincible energy for people once they first meet upon you. And this is quite an inspiring thing, actually. Group number 3, this is all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it it was resonating for you. And just a reminder that if you would like to attend a contest that I'm running when I hit 200 subscribers, I'll be giving away a free reading. You can basically attend to the contest by leaving a comment down below. You can just leave an emoji or you can simply share your experiences about this reading. I would love to hear from you. But if you like to connect with me, you can just, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below as well as my details. But these are all the messages for you. And I'm wishing an amazing rest of your day. I hope to see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves very much and bye bye.